Listen, I feel like every mom and dad understand this, and it is the fact that you turn around every 5 seconds and your kid is asking you for a brand new snack. It drives me absolutely wild, but I will say one thing. I feel better about the snacks they are eating because Thrive Market is the #1 destination for parents looking for healthier, stress-free grocery shopping for the whole family, but also just healthier snacks. And what I love about Thrive Market is they offer trusted family-friendly brands with 100% non-GMO products, plus tools like their Healthy Swap scanner, which means I can find the alternatives for the crap that my kids love. I'm talking Smart Food popcorn. They gave me Lesser Evil popcorn, and my kids love it. And I know that they're just eating better things for them. So you know what? I let them snack now, and everyone's happier. So are you ready to start 2025 junk-free? Head to thrivemarket.com/morning to get 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. That's thrivemarket.com/morning. Welcome back to the Morning After Podcast. I'm sitting next to an easy man, my husband.
Whoa. Yikes.
Okay. Anyways, this is a special podcast. We are excited to have him back on. You mentioned it the other day. I don't remember the last time you've been on.
Yeah, it's been quite the hiatus. I'm
It's a big word.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
With you too.
Are you? You sound extremely happy.
No, I'm fired up.
There it is.
I am. I'm excited. Sorry, let me. I'm fired up to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you look great.
Thanks.
Hank looks great.
KB,
What more could you want? What more could you want? Everybody looks good. Everybody's happy. Everybody seems so happy in Los Angeles today. I wonder why.
We are happy.
We are very, very happy. Relieved as well. Just relieved it's over.
Yeah, fired up to be back. There's no question.
We're going to get to that in a second. But before we get to that, I want to do our It's a Lots because I have Matthew here, and I can already tell by his demeanor that his It's a Lot's good. So we'll save his for last. We're going to go with you, Hank. What's your It's a Lot for this week? Yes.
My It's a Lot is something I think everybody can relate to right now. First of all, if you're just flying, period, commercially, you're shitting your pants. You can't believe that the plane has landed, that nothing has caught fire. Yet on this particular trip home from Florida, we got on the plane and I realized I was a window seat next to two people. Now, I was a little hungover, and I knew I would have to get up to go to the bathroom at some point. So I said to the guy on the
Are we puking in this bathroom trip? Or
no,
what?
but I was already having the flop sweat, and I was like shaky. I was a little shaky.
Ooh, that's
and
bad.
I said to the guy on the aisle, I'm like, hey, would you mind, do you mind switching, whatever? And he's like, no, I don't want to. And I go, oh, you're not a window dude? And he goes, no, windows are fine. I just don't want to switch. And it was the way he said it, where I was just like, okay, great. Then what Matthew doesn't know is Emma has started calling me brah.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, listen, we're all in this together now, people. You know what I mean? Like playing issues left and right. We have to be there for each other. And if your fellow man needs a little bit of help because he drank a little bit too much the night before, just give up your aisle seat. If it's not a big deal, have a little respect.
I have a question. How many times did you get up in that flight?
Here's the thing. I didn't get up once. I think I scared myself to the point of having to get up. And also the woman between us was very elderly and I didn't want to inconvenience her. So I was prepared to wet my pants if I had to. I was just like, I'm not getting up. I'm not moving. I'm staying right here.
So you're not the type of guy that wants to make a point when he asks someone to switch and they say no, they just don't want to. I would have probably gotten up 6 times.
Yeah, I mean that's where we differ. In that point, I just wanted to kind of like lay low, and then the woman was very sweet next to me, and she knew me from Channel 4, and then I could hear him like trying to hear our conversation, and I just wanted to lean over and be like, "No, bro, we're done. You and I, we're over."
You're out. You're out. Now I have a question for you. I'm just gonna piggyback on this real quick. When you are using the restroom in the airplane, okay, I have 2 questions for you. One, if there's turbulence and you're getting knocked around, and there's pee going everywhere. You're a dude. Listen, relax. This is my question. If you pee on the seat, first, do you lift the seat in an airplane bathroom?
Yeah.
You touch it?
I grab like a tissue paper thing or the toilet seat cover thing and I lift it.
Okay. You wash your hands, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you do the do on an airplane?
I mean, I have if I really need to. But I used to have this working theory, because I'm not the best flyer, that when there was turbulence, I would get up and go to the bathroom. Because I felt like if the bird went down, I was like in a little room. I'm like, I'm in this little room.
It's like your tornado room.
Correct.
Kid. Yeah.
And then, of course, the CNN headline ticker is going to be "Man survives crash found in lavatory of plane." And I'm fine with it.
Covered in shit.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, what?
If you're breathing at that point, it's a win.
Yes. And now, Matthew, let me ask you this, and Kelly, when the bird is not hitting the ground, safely landing, are we now taking back the...
I was just going to say that when you were talking about it, all I could think about was like, I wasn't really into the people that clapped. I'd be like, relax.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I think it's appropriate.
Yes.
It is appropriate. This is a question we ask.
I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'll still shoot a glance, but like, I'm okay with it, I guess.
Yeah. I'll give if somebody starts clapping, I'll give them like a...
Yeah. Good for you.
So you're not the initiator.
I have not initiated, but I thought to myself during this one flight, I was like, I'm just going to jump up and be like, yeah, just to like do it and see what people say.
And then the flight attendant's like, sir, sit down and buckle in right now.
Me. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good. It's a lot. We'll talk about doing the do on another podcast, but I think that's wildly
Please, can we follow up on that?
Yeah, right? What?
God. Kelly B, what's yours?
Both of you right now are my it's a lot. No, my it's a lot, and this has to do, and I feel like Michigan people or people that live in cold places can understand. When you get a spray tan, you haven't seen the sun in a while. And it's a little uneven, if you will. Do you remember the Ross episode from Friends? We talked about this. That's a great bet. If you're doing a bet and you can't think of something, you say, you know what? You have to get a spray tan and you can only spray tan the front. And you spray tan the front twice. Ooh. How good is that bet?
Yeah.
That's a great bet.
So
anyways,
you got a spray tan then? I'm taking
it? I did. I got a spray tan. Sometimes you just need a little color, like some bronzing to make you feel good. So I did get a spray tan. We had a charity event this past Saturday, which we'll talk about, which was awesome. But, the little unevenness on the hands and the feet, I tried to scrub it off, and I feel like I scrubbed 5 layers off my skin. So shout out to the people who can do a very even spray tan. You guys are hard to find, and you should just charge a lot because you guys are rare. That's my thought.
Matthew, have you ever gotten a spray tan?
Hey, come on, man.
Matthew, have you ever gone to the tanning bed?
Yeah, I had to before the combine. This was 16 or 17 years ago.
Who made you go?
My agent at the time.
Did he make all of his people go?
Yeah, he was like, you should go.
Just to make you look
healthy.
We
have to walk around. Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I was like pale from a season. And we have to walk around and like.
I get it.
Whatever we were wearing at that
somebody
time.
did not tell Tom Brady to go because that picture of him running out.
He missed it.
He missed the memo.
He went straight from the Michigan indoor to Indianapolis.
Listen, he's laughing at everybody now because he looks
100%.
fantastic. So there's that. Yeah, that's my it's a lot. All right, Matthew, moving on. What's yours?
Mine is my current calendar updates for the upcoming soccer season. They got downloaded to my group calendar today. I was just somewhere in a car and was driving home on the 405 and accepted, I think, something like 28 new calendar updates for soccer practices and soccer games in the next 6 weeks or so. So I am... It's too many. It's too many. I've got too many kids. We got to figure out how to remedy this situation.
I don't think you can remedy, babe. I think we're past that.
But now, are any of them on the same teams?
Yes,
the older
of them
three.
Are
yeah, but I mean, we're still talking 2. I mean, that's 2 practices a week, 2 games a week for the next 6 weeks. You do the math. I can't. But it was a big calendar download today.
I love a shared calendar.
Ooh, it hurt.
It is my favorite thing because every time I add whatever it is, whether it's me, you, one of the girls, all the girls, 2 of the girls, three of the girls, whatever it might be, it always alerts Matthew. So all of a sudden it's like, ding, 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 ding. And he's like, what the fuck are you adding? I mean, it's I think honestly, you're thinking about playing 2 more years because you're thinking about all the calendar updates for the fall that happen. And you're like, don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. Like, it's solely my calendar in the fall. You guys know I'm not much of a cook, but I love some good looking cookware and just stuff to set on the counter to make it look like I cook. But I will say one thing. Matthew used the Our Place Always Pan Pro this past week. You know, he loves to cook. He's obsessed with it. And what I love about Our Place's products is that they are doing us a service, guys. Everything on the market right now has PFAS. What are PFAS? Well, they are the forever chemical, meaning you can be cooking the healthiest, cleanest meal, but if you're cooking with a pan or bakeware that has PFAS, you are getting the same chemicals or even worse chemicals in your food. Again, they're making a difference. They make high performance, toxin-free cookware. Not only that, they have appliances and other things, but I will say the Always Pan Pro was a massive hit to my husband. I mean, he just said it's beautiful. Everything glides off it so easily. He just went on and on. So not only are they helping keep us safe and our kids safe from all these chemicals, but they work and they look good. So stop cooking with toxic cookware and upgrade to Our Place today. Visit FromOurPlace.com/morning and use code morning for 10% off site-wide. With a 100-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and returns, you can experience this game-changing cookware with zero risk. I will say, you know what's good about getting all the alerts to the calendar and having the doctors is that we have them and we don't have to find new everything, which I'm getting to being able to stay in LA. I'm going to let kind of Matthew talk on this some, but
I don't have a prepared statement, no.
What do you mean? You weren't prepared for this? That was, how long was that?
I think about 3 weeks.
That was it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Boy, I'm on the outside edge of that thing, and I'm telling you, it felt more like 3 months.
Hot. It was hot out there.
It felt very long.
Yeah.
And I will say, you always handle yourself so well. Even inside the home, even when you could let it all go, you hold it together. Maybe because I'm losing my fucking mind, but I do give you credit in that. I give you credit for a lot of things. In fact, I'm annoying that I give you credit in a lot of things. But the feeling, I would say, like, the feeling going through that, obviously we've been traded before, but that was a trade that you wanted, that you asked for. Turns out it was great. Turns out our family did great. I was never nervous, honestly, about our family. I really wasn't. Whenever we have each other, we're good. As long as we have each other. But with that said, holy shit, am I so glad we're here. And I know, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I know this is where you wanted to be.
Yeah, for sure.
The whole time. But when you wake up every morning, and it did seem like 3 months. It did. You're right, Hank. It seemed so long. Every morning you woke up and there was a different source saying something different. Like, what your initial thoughts and like communication between, like, what was the communication like? I would ask between you and your current team.
Oh, well, no, I think that was what, Sean, wanted, was to make sure that we communicated. I communicated with Sean, throughout the entire process. Obviously, a little bit of a unique situation, but I know he wanted, me to end up here and I wanted to end up here. And so we got there, and that's the biggest, plus in the whole thing. Obviously it was a big, story there for a little bit. There wasn't a whole lot going on other than, some of the combine stuff, but it's kind of a dead period in the NFL. And so anytime those things happen, the people are going to pick it up and run with it. And I understand that. But I had great, communication with Sean the whole time. Not all of it was things I wanted to hear, and I think not all of it things he wanted to hear. We have grown up conversations because he and I have, known each other and gone through a lot together. So all of that was positive and good. In the end, especially just getting to the point where I know that I'm extremely excited to be back. I know you're extremely excited to be back. We are just in a really good place and happy to be playing for the Rams for another season. And 3 weeks of that uncertainty is never fun. Whether that's in job or life or whatever it is, you got to find things to occupy your time. I played a lot of golf, tried to work out, just things to kind of keep your mind off it, because you sit there and think about all those kind of uncertainties all day, you go crazy. So just happy to be where I'm at. Happy to be able to be doing this podcast with you guys and be playing for the Rams.
So here's one thing. He's very good at compartmentalizing everything. Me, on the other hand, when he says you think about the uncertainty all the time, you go crazy. I went fucking mad. I went so crazy. But I will say too, Sean has always been such a good communicator in every aspect. Like I give him so much credit in that. And obviously it is public that there was that 6:30 a.m. meeting. And that was him. And that was, I just felt like he wanted to make sure that everything was good for everybody.
Yeah.
And I was grateful for that. And so I don't know. I know that all you want to do is play for him too. I think the uncertainty killed me in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, what I want is what's best for you. I mean, and this is what we had to talk about this a lot, throughout the process, because at the end of the day, this is his legacy. Mm-hmm. This is his whole life in a way. Now, obviously he's gonna, and rightfully so, he's gonna say, no, being a husband and a dad is more important. I truly wanted to make sure that this was your decision. I attempted to remove myself entirely so that he could make that decision with just himself in mind. That didn't work. He's too good of a man. But I will say, like, you could tell the excitement and just the overall sense of, like, I get to play another year in the place that I want to play for the coach that I want to play for. And here's a crazy thought, Hank, is I was excited when we came in 2021. I was pumped for him, not really knowing what to expect. Since then, honestly, even more so than 2021, I am more excited about this coming season than I've been for any of them as a part of the Rams organization.
Yeah.
Like this whole process was hard and really eye-opening to a lot of things. But at the end of the day, this is where we both wanted to be. And I'm just glad he gets to play for the team and the coach that he wants to end his career with. So yeah. It'll be great. And I don't know. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. I think, like you're saying, like, you wanted, me to be happy playing where I wanted to play. And my thought was, like, obviously it's my profession and all that stuff, but I was more concerned a lot of times with, family and Kelly and the girls, and you hear, your girls are asking you questions that they're getting asked at school about trades and all this kind of stuff. So the sooner the better in getting that put to bed. And I'm glad that, we're at this point right now, and it's, early March rather than, last year this kind of dragged on, and, and it's just so nice to know what the off season is going to look like, know what the, next few months are going to look like for us as a family, for our team, all that kind of stuff. It's nice to have that kind of put to bed and be ready to rock and roll and go through the draft and free agency and all that kind of stuff that's coming up, and then, off-season program and rock and roll. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. You can keep all your Rams gear, Hank. And
I don't have to give up anything.
Yeah, it's a win for you.
I will say I'm always so proud of you as a friend under any circumstance, because you always handled yourself so well. But this was a stressful circumstance, and I think Kelly for you and for those who love Matthew, we approach it and look at differently than he does.
Yeah.
He's been in the media spotlight. He has dealt with this stuff and fact and innuendo and rumors and gossip for his entire career since he was in high school.
Yeah.
So for those of us who love him, when we hear things and we know they're not true, we automatically put up our guard, right?
Oh yeah.
And so that's just natural and that's just normal. But for him, his mind, we know where he is all the time. But I do have to ask you this, because we're so happy that you're at this point. But when you think about your career right now and how well you're playing, and the reality is that you're on the final chapter of your career, however many years you have. But how incredible is it to have that feeling at this stage of the game that you have teams fighting over you? I mean, that's just the reality. No, that's the reality. And you're gonna be humble about it. But it was very public about these other organizations that wanted Matthew Stafford at this stage of his life and this stage of his career. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm lucky to play an important position in our game, right? Probably, one of the more important positions on the field.
You can say the most important.
No, no, it's a valued position in our league. And so anytime there's even perceived availability, it's going to draw attention. But yeah, I mean, it's humbling. That's the biggest thing. I love playing the game. I love everything that comes with it. Every single year, obviously, there's so much of a balance of, football and family and all those kind of things and life outside of it that becomes more and more of a balance every single year. But it's something I'm happy to balance and I love doing. But it is, it's just humbling. It's, a crazy thing. We were talking to Kelly a little bit about it. There were stressful times, and anytime there's uncertainty, it can be stressful. But I was talking with Kelly the other day, just about this process and how it, can sometimes feel like such a, a negative. It's a tough thing. You're going through all these things, and but at the same time, was talking to somebody, and they kind of gave me the perspective of like, man, this is such a positive time in your life, right? You're 37 years old, going into your 17th NFL season, and somebody still wants you to be on their team, and that's a rare occurrence and something I don't take for granted. I don't take lightly. So, obviously work hard for it and all that kind of stuff, but it's still a humbling thing to have teams that, and most importantly, the team that I'm playing for in the Rams, excited about me being a part of their team and helping them lead the way. So it's a cool thing, and hopefully, we have a great season and get to figure it out again next year and continue to keep playing. We'll see.
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel pretty good right now.
That was going to be my question, because your head coach came out recently and said it took 3 weeks this time. I'm hoping it'll take 3 weeks next time. And I was like, oh, there's next time. Now you just said it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to like sell myself short. I don't want to promise anything. I'm like, obviously can't do that, but I do feel good. I feel like I'm playing decent.
No, you're playing well. We can all say it. I also think you, as a person in that locker room, you do an incredible job, because we do all know there's an age gap. But the way you just...
Here we go again, Hank. Buckle up, buddy.
I don't understand what's happening in this world
but
anymore.
I'm saying there's a way to, like, you lead with such... In fact, like you were humble yourself. It's easy for these guys to rally behind you, beside you, not behind you. We don't like to say behind, beside you, because of just the man you are and the guy you present in that locker room, and it's who you are in general. But also the guy in the huddle, which is a huge turn on to me. I never see, like, when he gets fired up like that, woo, and they put it on the gram. You know what I mean?
Oh, because I was like, what, are you in the huddle somehow? How are you seeing this?
Oh, no. Like the pregame speeches.
Comes with the sweet tickets. Inside access.
But no, I mean, you're just an easy person to love, an easy person to be like, and you could tell all these teammates are excited you're back. I'm sure people in New York and Vegas and wherever else are bummed you're not on their team, but turns out we are exactly where we were supposed to be. It worked out very well for, I think, us and the Rams. And honestly, I'm excited to see you play. And you know what? I don't mind if you play 2 more years. But, I do agree with Sean on the fact, like, let's make this 3 days next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I'm
You know
with
what
you
I
on that. We'll figure it out faster next year if we get to that point.
Yeah, I hope so. Because that seemed very long. 3 days will seem like 3 weeks. I think I can handle that. Guys, we should all know hair makes a difference. I mean, if you are loving your hair, you are feeling good about what's going on. And I've been on this for so long now with Nutrafol, and I honestly cannot recommend it enough. It is the reason my hair is growing so long and it's still got the thickness and it feels healthy. It hasn't felt like this, honestly, since high school before, I started really dyeing it and putting all the crap in it. So there's a reason why Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, and that is because it is clinically tested. It has a clinically tested formula, but it is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. They see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. So start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code morningafter. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code morningafter. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code morningafter. In fact, I need another one, so I'm going to go to Nutrafol.com and use my promo code morningafter. Okay, great.
Before we put a bow on this, I do have to ask you one very controversial question.
Ooh.
How stunned were you that Demi Moore did not win Best Actress?
I mean, almost as stunned as she was. What did she
God.
She was like, nice or something.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed that.
Yeah, my heart broke for her. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a warning sign, though. She didn't win the BAFTA, so she didn't win the UK equivalent of the Oscar. Other young lady won it.
She won it? She won the girl in Honora won that too.
Yeah. Have you seen any of these movies?
Wicked
that were up for Best Picture. You've seen Wicked.
I've seen Wicked. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any of these movies.
I saw Conclave.
Oh wait, we saw.
I heard it's good.
It is.
I fell asleep.
Well, it's kind of like prudent at the moment as well, considering what's going on with El Jefe right now. Yeah.
And apparently the Demi Moore movie kind of follows the idea of like a younger person. Yeah, the Demi Moore movie kind of follows the idea of like an aging actress losing to like a younger person. So kind of like, ugh. Yeah. And she looked so good too. She was ready to be up there, and I wanted to see if she was,
oh my God, I thought you meant in the movie. I was like, she was terrifying looking in the movie.
In real life, she just looked good.
Yeah.
Who else looked good?
Yeah. Who else looked good?
Yeah.
Selena Gomez looked really good.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize her. She's great.
Grown up. Yeah.
She's grown up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Zoe Saldana's speech was good.
Yeah. I like her a lot.
My favorite speech was Culkin.
Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was heartfelt. It was good.
And I
Adrian Brody couldn't land the plane. It was just like too long.
We were on fast forward a little bit some. And I heard it broke a record though. Longest acceptance speech in Oscars history.
He made him turn off the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they turned it off. Now they've set the precedent that they turn it off. So that was not smart on them. But no.
I thought Conan killed. Did you like Conan?
Yeah.
He's okay.
I like him.
I thought he was pretty good.
I think his like mannerisms to me as a comedian are like too goofy.
But that's like what that's like, his shit.
Yeah, I can understand that. Just may not be for you, but it's good.
We said that the Grammys made us feel older, not old, older. The Oscars just make me feel like I don't know shit that's going on ever. I don't know in the world in the what do you call movies? Hollywood. I haven't seen a movie. I don't know half the actors and actresses that are there. I'm going, this isn't even fun for me because I go down the row and I go, I don't know anyone. I did know Zoe Saldana.
She knows her well.
No, stop. No, because what's the show? Lioness.
Yeah.
Have you seen
show.
Lioness?
No.
You need to see Lioness.
Yeah, you'd like it. It's a good show.
Yeah.
It is so good. I did not see her movie. Was that like a musical?
Amelia Perez, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it all in Spanish?
I don't think all, but majority.
And it won Best Song, and Diane Warren was up for the 16th or 17th time for Best Song, and she lost again.
Is that the Wicked?
No, she was a different movie. But
Well, how did
the
Wicked
thing
walk
I like
out with
about the
nothing?
Oscars is that it's the perfect blend of old and new. So you get like Morgan Freeman and Whoopi Goldberg and Halle Berry and like these like icons of the screen, and then you have these like younger people, and I just like that old Hollywood stuff. I think it's pretty cool.
I do too. And I grew up watching it with my mom, and like we would go to a lot of times we would like go to a friend's house and have like an Oscar watch party.
Yeah.
My mom loves movies. My dad likes movies a lot. I grew up watching them, and
Yeah.
so I have like I have a soft spot for it in my heart.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool thing, and I didn't see enough of the movies this year to like really be tied in.
It's surprising with the amount of movies you watch.
I know, but I just didn't get to I don't get to the theater that much anymore.
No,
I don't know if
I
you've been too tapped into this, but speaking of movie actors, what in the hell happened to Gene Hackman?
I know. It's kind of wild, right? 9 days or something.
Yes.
You're saying, and then his wife was found next to him. It's kind of
She wasn't. She was found in the bathroom with like pills scattered about, and he was found in another part of the house. And one dog was found dead in a closet, and 2 other dogs were found alive outside. So it's like, and they said they ruled out carbon monoxide, but it's also a possibility that it may have just been too many days since the autopsy. But like, oh my gosh, Kelly, you're giving me a crazy face look.
Was the wife also dead for 9 days when they found them? Or
the only reason they know that he was passed away for that long is because he has a pacemaker in. Yeah. And the last activity was 9 days before they got there, or something like that. And so she doesn't. I obviously have one, but I haven't combed through the files yet.
Yeah,
but, like Hank
it's surreal.
Has,
it's surreal.
Yeah, it is really interesting.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Can we talk about, one, the opening of that, and 2, how did Wicked not win like anything? Did they? I think they won like best costume,
makeup. Yeah, makeup or costuming.
But that was it. I felt like they thought they were gonna sweep that thing.
I don't think that they were going to sweep it. I think it was like too culturally popular, like ticket sales wise. Like they like more like, things that get people
thought provoking and
correct. Like
Movie
they
like,
hey, tell a story that nobody's gonna tell. You know what I mean? Which is why Honora has such like big time appeal. You know?
Yeah.
That's about the sex
the
workers.
hooker. Yeah.
Oh, way to put it politely, Hank.
Yeah, which somebody at work told me, they're like, and then that movie wins and she wins Best Actress. And remember, it was Demi Moore who brought us striptease. So, I mean, she deserved that. And I'm like, okay. She did. She also brought us G.I. Jane. So take a breath,
Yeah.
Speaking of, what about I loved the James Bond tribute. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I was unaware as to why that was happening though, and then Matthew informed me that they sold to like
Amazon bought the rights, the future rights to James Bond, right? The franchise. It was owned by the Broccoli family, which I always thought was interesting.
Wow.
But yeah, I like James Bond. And so
you got weird facts in your head.
I know I do. So I'm good at Jeopardy. But yeah, so they sold it. They just kind of like finalized their deal on however they're going to split that. But I think like Amazon now has like future creative rights to James Bond. So I'm assuming there'll be like spin-off shows and all that kind of stuff. But
which was one of Conan's jokes about the next James Bond is the senior vice president of marketing.
Oh yeah,
correct.
That was pretty
Correct.
Good. That was
Correct.
pretty good.
Who's the Broccoli family? I feel like I need to be a part of this family. I'm going to Google that. The Broccoli family.
Yeah, they've had rights for him for forever, right? It feels like
forever. Are you guys tired of going to the grocery store and literally standing in an aisle and looking at the food labels going, what in the world am I reading? I mean, I can't pronounce half the things that are in these labels. And with over 10,000 food additives, it's no wonder, because I don't know what's safe to eat. If I can't pronounce it, I have a feeling it's not that safe. But this is why I love Thrive Market, the no junk online grocery store that bans over 1,000 harmful ingredients. And they have their little junk swapper. Basically, they tell you, hey, what do you like? Well, this is a product that is similar to that, but way better for you. I love that about Thrive Market. My kids have fallen in love with the Thrive Market fruit circles. These are like gummies, but I know they're healthy. I mean, I'm not going to waste my time in a grocery store anymore because I know what Thrive Market is offering is better for my children and better for me. So if you're ready to make the switch, go to thrivemarket.com/morning for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/morning, thrivemarket.com/morning.
Okay, here's a question. We were watching the Oscars with Jay and Leslie Hall, which is an experience. What is if you like think of James Bond, like who is your James Bond, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
Pierce Brosnan? Or?
Yes.
The handsome. They're all handsome.
Pierce Brosnan, hands down.
I'm kind of with you on. I like
Sean Connery.
Like 60% Pierce Brosnan and 40% Daniel Craig, just because like I feel like. And then we talked about it. We're like, I think it's just whoever you like grew up watching. You know?
Yeah.
What about the Bond girl?
Well, Halle Berry was
Halle
one.
Berry
I don't remember like the historical ones, but I mean she was kind of a big deal when she did it. Like they're just beautiful. You know, Daniel Craig brought us James Bond wearing like kind of like square cut swimsuits. So he did that. But Pierce Brosnan, like
Tell me more.
To me, Bond is like whoever can like wear a tuxedo and just wear that thing, and like 100%. Pierce Brosnan like just looks like Hollywood glamour wearing that thing, you know?
No, it's a cool like
it's an awesome
whatever
franchise.
you want to call it, franchise. Yeah,
I feel like we need to go beginning to end, like one. I don't know when we wouldn't have the kids, but like do that one day because I feel like I feel like I missed a few or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, I think they're entertaining.
I like Bond better.
I like Bond better because, like, for me, I feel like Bond. I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of it's like uniquely like British. You know, he's going to drive an Aston Martin or BMW, and you're getting, it's like you're getting those guys going to drink a Vesper Martini.
Yeah.
You just know what you're getting.
Okay, so. You drink a Vesper Martini.
I do like Vesper. Every once in a while, I'm not afraid of one. It's just like with a lemon twist instead of like a dirty one.
So dirty. Or is Aston Martin going to be your next car?
No.
Okay.
I sure as shit ain't wearing a tux every day.
Looks good in a tux. Speaking of, we didn't talk about the event. Not a tux, but a suit. You looked so handsome. I never get to see. I don't think we ever really see each other that dressed up. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Dug deep in the closet.
Yeah, thank God it still fit you. You know,
I'm not doing that.
It was.
Did you get it, Kelly?
No.
Well done.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I still don't get it. Let's keep going.
Well, talk to us about what the actual event was.
Okay, so it was a gala.
How do you say it?
Gala.
Yeah.
Is it gala for sure?
I'm 50-50.
Gala.
Gala? Where are they from?
It was an event.
Do you spell theater T-E-R or R-E?
E-R. Ooh, wait.
Well, it depends on if I'm going to say theatra or not.
Yeah.
Do you see what I live with?
Back to your gala.
The Gala. No, it was great. It was for Chosen Fertility, which is a Michigan-based company, but they're expanding into LA or California. And basically, we did a silent auction, a live auction, and people donated. Basically, what it does is people who are having infertility treatments, whether IVF, IUI, acupuncture. I'm trying to think of all of them right now. Surrogacy. We raise money to provide these families with grants to be able to pay for these treatments because it is so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's something that's near and dear to both of us, I think, us going through it. It is really hard when we've talked about this on this podcast, but really hard on everybody involved, including the man. I feel like some people just like don't think it's hard for them, but they're trying to figure us out during all of our hormonal rages and things like that, and trying to support us during failures, which can feel really lonely for us. I couldn't imagine having the thought of finances on top of it. So this is to hopefully put that at ease for these families so that they can focus on, each other and supporting each other and let the Chosen Fertility take care of the financial part.
Wow.
It went really well. We had a lot of fun. I had a horrendous speech.
No, not true. It'll live forever because it was hilarious, unintentionally hilarious as she always is. But it was great. It was honestly the event was really cool. It was a really fun group of people.
Yeah.
Some people from Michigan, some people from LA, some of our buddies, some people we haven't seen in a while, whatever it was, and we had people from WME that have helped us that have flew in for the event, which I thought was really cool. It was a cool deal. Some people from Dallas, flew in for it. So it was
the Rams were sponsors.
Yeah, Rams were sponsors.
Khloe Kardashian was a sponsor.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was a really cool event.
CAA.
Kelly rocked it, and I'm sure we raised them. I haven't gotten the final tally, but I'm sure it was a good amount of.
We raised a good amount of money, and it's just fun. I don't know. I'm happy that it went well and that we got to raise a lot of money because in turn it's going to help a lot of families. But I'm going to tell you my speech. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, right now.
So I knew I was talking, but I didn't know how serious it was. And Lauren, who is the founder, got up and had a whole prepared speech, and I felt, oh shit. Got up there, said some things, and at some point I said the word huge.
I think you were talking about how it can be just like a huge burden or something like that. You're like, man, this can be really difficult to.
Well,
said huge.
Yes, it was. I say huge, and my brain just stops because I am thinking of one person, and I say that out loud. I go, I'm so sorry. That word makes me think of one person. And everybody stops and looks at Matthew and then dies laughing.
Yeah.
Like I was saying
just what I wanted everybody in the room to look over me and laugh. I'm like, oh, great.
Okay. Again, horrible time. And I didn't know how to recover. So then I was like, no, that's not what I was saying. I'm talking about the president of our United States. And I was
loves to say huge.
I was like, huge.
Oh my God.
And then when I said that, I was like, holy shit, that sounds terrible too.
She doubles down. It was tough.
I don't even know what I said after that.
No.
Was this recorded in any capacity?
I'm sure there's video out there. It was hilarious. Again, just so unintentionally. Oh man, it was.
But
fun.
You know what, Callie? It sounds perfectly you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was ready to be honestly, professional.
if I'm being honest, at that point, we all needed a little cut up or laugh because Lauren was great and she was eloquent and has so much experience with the company and all this kind of stuff and kind of gave it from the ground up where it started.
And it's a hard issue to talk about.
Yeah, but at a certain point
issue.
we needed we needed a little, we needed a huge joke, and
addiction.
And it was perfect.
And I'm not kidding. I was gonna do the impersonation, but I also know I fucking suck at impersonation. So
that
I was like,
knowing
I'm
your
not
lane
gonna
right
try.
there.
No, I was like, I'm not gonna try and do that either. So let me just say who I'm thinking about.
Knowing your lane.
Oh, it is my lane. Huge.
Leave the huge jokes up there.
Huge.
I mean, if I could have used, I don't know, the whole thing. But it was great. Aaron and Carissa came, which I thought was really kind. I had no idea they were coming.
Yeah, it was cool.
Because Aaron has been very vocal about her journey through it all. So it was really fun. It was a good mix of people. We raised a lot of money. We had a good time. We should have all eaten more. That we failed on.
Oh boy, you had a few little splashes.
A few splashes. Yeah, we should.
It was good though. It was a great event.
It was great. It was at our favorite restaurant in Woodland Hills, which is Castellana. So that was really nice.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there was past hors d'oeuvres. Walking around, they're great. There's lamb chops and whatever.
Sliders.
But this server is walking around, and we were kind of standing where our table was, kind of right where they were coming out with all the food, which was primo spot if you were hungry.
Yeah.
And so this guy walks by and he's got what looks like a little hot pocket with chicken in it or something like that, right? And I snatch it, take a napkin, throw the whole thing in my mouth. It's and boom, right it goes in my mouth. And he's like, "Be careful, it's really hot." And I'm like, "Now you tell me, asshole," with a mouthful just
scorching his tongue.
And he's like, "Well, you want any more?" I'm like, "No, I can't taste anything for the rest of the night. Thank you."
See, that's when I pull out some of my Netflix plane pocket cheese, and I'm just like, okay, I've got like my pocket cheese from the Netflix plane, and then I'm
That
good.
is
That's good. That's good.
good.
All right, listen, if I'm being honest, I can't handle when people don't smell good. You know what? There are options out there, and one of them is Lumi deodorant. To be honest, I probably would smell bad if I didn't have Lumi. And I love it so much because with the formula that they have, you are able to use it everywhere. That's right. I said everywhere because it is pH balanced. It is safe to use below the waist, if you get what I'm saying. It's baking soda free. It's paraben free. It is truly a whole body deodorant. So you know what? Do yourself a favor and also do everyone else around you a favor. And look up Lumi deodorant. The starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice. I'm big on the deodorant wipes. They're great to keep in the car, plus free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code MORNINGAFTER for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code MORNINGAFTER at LumiDeodorant.com. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lumi. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little money there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for your car insurance, and they'll help you find options that are within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states. My mom and dad flew in for it, which was really nice of them. And I didn't realize with some of the auction items, which I like, shout out to Aloe, who was incredible. Marco from Aloe was there. So he got one of the live auctions. A girl I played tennis with, Angie, also got another one. But I didn't realize that on one of them, there was a really cool artist there doing artwork with needles from IVF, unused. But like needles that have been donated to, and she does this artwork with needles. And you got to watch her do it. And so I'm not really paying attention on who's bidding, but I knew I wanted that. It's blue. It's going to go great in this room. It's got some gold in it. It's very like Ram too. So I knew I wanted it. And I'm just kind of like, I have my paddle and I keep raising it as someone on the other side of the room is also bidding. And I did end up winning it. And my dad came over to me later. Was like, "Why the fuck did you keep bidding? I was getting it for you." And I was like, "Oh, Dad, I didn't know it was you." I was like, "It's all good. It's for charity." And he was like, "I know, but I really wanted to do that for you. I'm so proud of you." And I thought that was a really cool piece. And I wanted to get that for you. He was the other bidder. I had no idea.
He was a secondary bidder quite a few times. He was pushing the pot up, which I appreciate.
Oh, he did.
He did on the golf. There was a golf outing for me, which my financial guys bought, which I thought was an awesome move because I play golf with those guys all the time anyways. But it was a great donation to charity. But Jay was the other guy bidding it up.
Yeah, I've been that person before, but I have complete anxiety that something's going to happen, and then I get stuck with it. And I'm like, I don't have $50,000 to pay to go to the Cedar Point for the weekend.
I halfway think that happened to Trevor.
Ooh,
Trevor was bidding up something, and then all of a sudden the other guy just kind of shut it down. And but he was excited about that trip, but I think he was like trying to push it, and then
we're also going on that trip.
No, it'll work itself out.
Win-win.
Yes, it's a 6-top wine thing in Napa.
Oh,
yeah, it'll be fun.
We're fine.
I'm not sure he's totally prepared to make that.
I can't wait till we all go on that trip. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. We'll make it a 7-top, 8-top. Yeah. Okay, no, it was such a great event though. I'm so happy that it went well. I'm actually I was kind of nervous for it, and to be honest, not more work. I know Lauren does a shit ton of work for these events, and just on with the charity in general. I couldn't imagine running my own charity, so I'm so honored to be a part of it. And now, they have their one in Michigan, April 12th, Hank. if you are available to go.
I've talked with
Make
Lauren,
a huge joke.
Yeah, make the huge. Yeah, I'll follow it up. I'll be like, you may have heard my friend talking about dick size in LA. And,
it's very LA of her,
Yeah,
very LA.
She went all LA on you.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. With all that being said, I am so glad you came, and obviously glad that everything that you went through and our family went through, whatever, is over. We are sticking around, and it feels good. Also, Hank, what do you got this? I don't know how to end this. I suck at ending shit. Should I just end it like that?
I think we just splash it up. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Wait, what's that cup?
That's our cups. I remember one of my two nannies ago made these for me for like Christmas.
Oh, cool.
I didn't get one.
Yeah. I brought two of them to you. They're probably still in your UPS room somewhere in your house.
Yeah.
You don't know where they are.
I mean, that thing's a disaster.
Okay, with that, we're done because I'm tired of getting picked on by these two. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next week. Until then, have a splash.
Make a splash.
Make a splash.
In LA.
Yeah, buddy.
Make a splash. Woo.
Thanks for having me on.